So, Kathy, thank you for agreeing to this interview.
Thank you so much for having me. How are you doing today?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
So the way that this works is I'll ask you a series of questions. We're going to record all of them. Later on, I will type them up and transcribe them, put them in issues, and the interview will be in our July 1st edition.
How exciting. That's awesome.
So let's start here. What's your name and where are you located in time and space?
My name is Kathy, and I was born in Winterville, North Carolina. I currently live in Greenville.
What brought you to Greenville?
I lived here all my life, going to school in Greenville. I went to middle school and high school in Winterville. My mom was a school teacher, so I've always went to Walcoats Elementary School where she taught in Greenville.
Great. And when did you start getting involved with the local music scene here?
I started getting involved around April 2013. A good friend of mine, Charles Umbles, he was in my psychology class the year before, and we reconnected saying, he was telling me like, hey, there's a show at East Coast Music and Video, and I said, okay, I wanted to go. I'll take a few pictures of him and his band that he was in, and just went from there. And he's definitely the reason why I keep going. He's inspired me to like keep going, and 10 years later, here I am still doing it.
And are you a musician yourself?
I am a musician myself. I play viola, I play cello, and I'm currently a beginner percussion player for the Pride and Joy Saxophone Ensemble. I am first chair viola player in the Pitt Community College Symphony Orchestra.
Okay, so is that where you're going right now?
I'm in the community orchestra there right now. I work full time in childcare.
Nice. Do you ever play at the local DIY shows?
Have I ever played at a local DIY shows? Not really, just here and there.
So, what's your involvement? Do you do promotion?
Do I do promotion? I do.
Okay. We recently saw you at your birthday show.
Yeah, I did do a little promotion for for mine and Daniel Hatley's birthday parties at Molly's.
And what acts were playing that day?
It was Paper Skulls, Mercury Dimes, Trailer Park Casanova. There was also Billy Bates and the Madmen from Atlanta, Georgia. They were really cool.
And how did you know them?
I know them through Jeff.
Okay, what's your relationship to Jeff like?
He's a down-to-earth, wonderful kind of guy. He's the reason why, like, I keep going into filming and supporting the music scene, taking pictures, and like posting them on social media for others to listen to and to look at. It's like, wow, this is really good stuff. This is so cool.
So you do kind of some of your own music journalism yourself through like photojournalism that you provide.
I do, yes.
And you said you've been doing it since 2013, and that Charles was your introduction. What kind of band was Charles in?
Charles was in the band called Null.
And what sort of sound did they have?
They had it was more like it was rock and roll, of course, more like garage rock kind of.
And you enjoyed that?
I did. Like, I loved going to a Knoll show. One of my first favorite bands that I got into when I first started going into the music scene.
And did you take a lot of pictures of them?
I did. I've taken a lot of pictures of them.
What are some other acts that they used to commonly play with in 2013?
They commonly played with No Brainer. There was No Brainer, a punk band, No Brainer. And trying to think who else they played with, because this has been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. Do they still play?
No Brainer? Nah. Not anymore.
Charles's band? No.
No, not anymore either.
Okay, but are they still local, or did they go on to greener pastures?
They went on to greener pastures.
That does happen sometimes in Greenville.
It does. It does.
Can be a little bit of a transitory spot. A lot of people I know that are here from somewhere else, or they're going somewhere else, so to speak. Other than, a few people like yourself and Jeff, who seem to be pretty constant. So, tell me about some of the acts that you've seen over the years that really stood out to you.
So in the Greenville scene, we were really strong in like punk and metal. The following that stood out to me the most, I know that ones that have like moved on to bigger and better things. No Brainer was one. Exalted was a metal band. Parallels. And of course, Aether Realm, they're still doing their thing. They're big right now. You got, I'm trying to think who else. So it's been, like I said, it's been so long.
Do you think that you've been cycling through like different periods, kind of like there'll be a period where there's certain bands, and then later on there's another group of bands that kind of sort of takes their place in town?
Here and there, yes, here and there.
And have you ever considered playing your viola with one of the local acts?
Actually, I did play a viola with one of the local acts, and Dave Clark convinced me to be like, hey, they're called, I can't remember what the name of the band was, but I got to play like an Irish jig with them. And it was a lot of fun. It was so cool. Dave Clark convinced me to like, hey, grab your viola. They're really, really legit. And I went from there. And it was like the most fun I've ever had playing and teaching like an Irish jig to them. That's my forte for viola.
How did you learn viola?
I've been playing viola since I was 9 years old. I've been in the Walcoats orchestra. I played in elementary school, middle school, high school, and now I'm with the Pitt Community College Symphony Orchestra, where I'm first chair. Do
you also attend there, or are you just in the orchestra?
I'm just in the community orchestra for them.
Very nice, very nice. And how often do they have performances?
We meet on Tuesdays, and then we have our performances on Tuesdays. So basically every Tuesday.
Oh, really? They do live performances?
Absolutely.
Interesting. Is that at the college?
We vary. So for our fall concerts, we'll play in Farmville. Holiday concerts, we'll play a church in Greenville. And same thing with our winter and our spring concert. We'll play like anywhere in Greenville.
Okay, cool. Do you end up playing like community events?
We did a few years back. We did play at Sunday in the Park, and a couple years back, we actually played in Grimesland, and we played in New Bern. So yeah, we branch out.
Okay, so you don't just play Greenville. You actually go to different cities.
We actually go to different cities. Like last year, we played at Bath Fest, which is located in Bath, of course.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. It was really, really cool. Just to branch out and like see different what's outside of Greenville, you know?
Absolutely. When you go to those events, do you go like together, or are you in all separate vehicles?
We all like carpool in separate vehicles, and we go from there.
Okay, very, very interesting. So, let's talk a little bit more about your background. You said you grew up in Winterville?
Winterville, which is on the outskirts of Greenville.
Right. It's south, right? It's almost where the community college is, correct?
Yes.
So what were your parents like? Did they play music at all?
My dad used to play the trumpet when he was a little boy, and my mom, she sang, but she didn't play an instrument.
And when she sang, was that more just at home, or did she also do it like at church? Or?
She did church for a little while, and I kind of did too. But then when I kind of stopped singing for church, that's when she kind of stopped too.
I see. It's sort of a growing up thing. You kind of stopped attending so much. And what sort of music did they listen to in the house?
My dad would listen to kind of old school, 60s, 70s music. He liked jazz. He loves funk, disco, everything. My mom's the same way too, but she's more 80s, 90s. She loves old school rap, and she loves a little bit of country. So it's a little bit of everything.
Old school rap and country. That's
Oh yeah,
what he is.
she. It's a little bit of everything with her.
Absolutely. And you said your father played the trumpet and that he listened to jazz. Did he ever play concerts or anything like that?
I don't think he did. I think he just did it for like fun, maybe.
But music was in the house.
Yeah,
when he
music
played.
was definitely in the house. I do have a younger brother. We're 6 years apart, and he used to play cello in 4th grade. Then he stopped doing it, and then he went on to do chorus in the 5th grade.
Okay, so you have a musical family altogether.
Pretty much.
So it's fairly natural for you when you came to Greenville to kind of plug in and play. Like as soon as people were like, "Hey, there's music going on," you wanted to be involved with it.
I do, yes.
Okay, excellent. Do you have any stories from your 10 years in the local scene that kind of stand out? Anything wild or just interesting?
Actually, yes. Okay, so there was this place called the Rat and Slug House, and it was actually a thing. There was this. We were in a small room, and I'm filming No Brainer, and then all of a sudden, there's the big old mosh pit. I'm standing on top of a filing cabinet, trying to get angles of No Brainer, trying to get the drummer, trying to get the whole band, of course. The mosh pit was really huge, and I almost fell off the filing cabinet if it wasn't for somebody trying to catch me. Like, whoa, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so that sounds pretty intense.
Oh yeah.
Fun though.
Fun.
So I've seen you, but you've seen your fair share of mosh pits over the years.
I've seen mosh pits is where it's at. Yes, I've seen my fair shares of mosh pits. I've seen circle pits. I've seen
Do you jump in ever?
Have I jumped into a mosh pit? Yes, from time to time. Circle pits, not so much.
That's a little too much, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. That's really interesting. This is a kind of a side question, but you do a lot of photography at shows.
I do.
Would you ever possibly be interested in having some of your photographs be put into issues, like a little
Absolutely,
as little
of
show
course.
reports or something like that?
Of course, absolutely. I just got to dig into some of the old bands so I could pull pictures.
Well, definitely we want to do that for this interview. Let's get some of your pictures through the years, and of course, a picture or two of yourself as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But even in the future, like if you take pictures at a show, if you could DM me and I could put it as a little show report in the next month and credit you.
Absolutely.
Okay, that would be really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, this is another selfish side thing, but I'm actually just right now structuring my next album. I want it to be a vinyl release. It's going to be called Metamorphosis 2 by Bitter Ink, and I'm hoping to get other people's contributions. Do you think if I wrote you a viola line, you could play it?
Of course.
Give you credit.
Do you know alto clef?
I could write alto.
Okay.
I took a music theory class.
Okay.
And yeah, I would give you free copies of it to then sell, and whatever you sell, you can make money on it.
Yeah, of course. And I have friends tell me, in the past, I go through all these pictures and videos and stuff. My friends were like, you could make so much money off of this stuff.
Definitely. You're doing favors for people, and you're doing important things in the community that sometimes people don't think about, which is doing a lot of word of mouth stuff.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of direct photojournalism that you put on social media. That's actually really, really important for bands.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though it's not always emphasized, it's appreciated. So, let's see. If you could bring any band to Greenville, who would you bring?
Oh, I got a lot. If I could bring any band to Greenville from years ago.
They have to be currently touring.
Oh, they have to be current too?
Currently touring. What would your dream
Oh, God, I have a lot. Good golly, I have a lot.
Let's name a few.
Would they be disbanding, even though they're disbanded, or?
I'm sure. If it has to be someone who's still playing. Or someone you know personally who might have a reunion just for you. Either way.
A No-Brainer reunion would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. They're one of my favorite punk bands. They're a lot of fun, hardcore, you name it.
Okay.
My favorite punk band.
Absolutely. That seems like it's doable. It seems like we could get them together for some reason. At some point.
Yeah.
It's not too. It wouldn't be too hard. Well, is there anything that you want to promote or like anything you're selling, or any websites you run, or your Instagram handle, or anything like that?
I guess follow me on Instagram. I'm radioactive_meatball13. Like, follow me on my adventures and stuff. Like, I'll post bands, I'll do videos, follow my reels. Follow me on Facebook. I got everything posted on Facebook.
It's Cathy Neal, CATHI
Yep,
NEAL.
that's right.
Well, thanks for sitting down with me, Cathy.
Thank you for having me. This was fun. I have enjoyed you.
I've enjoyed it too. Have a great one.
All right, thank you.